As a child, when did you first realise that the political situation was unstable for your family due to your ethnicity?
Yeah, it was when I was 11 years old, is when I realized, because I would sit down with my dad and we talk. He liked talking about history, and he would tell me, this is where we come from. Where is that? We come from Rwanda. Then how did we end up in Uganda? So he would tell me all these stories. Then, because we come from a background that is very arty, I remember I grabbed a piece of paper and a pencil, and I told him, could you please draw me the map of Rwanda and Uganda and Kenya so that I can clearly understand, visualize how we migrated and how I can understand the history of how did we end up here and all that. This is when he opened up and told me, look, first of all, we were persecuted, we were being hunted down because we are Tutsis. And I asked him, who were they, those ones who were looking for us to kill us, or you, because by then I wasn't yet born. He mentioned Hutus. So since then is when I realized, I think Hutus are bad people, because if they can force my family away and we live in this sort of life whereby we're not entitled to this and that, where my dad is in exile, is in Kenya, he's always being hunted down by the Kenya authority because he doesn't have a work permit, and yet he's a human being, he's an African, he's entitled to a job, he's entitled to mortgages, he's entitled to all sorts of benefits like any other person. Then I'm entitled to a better education. This shouldn't have happened if the Hutus were okay with us, with the Tutsis. So that is when I started realizing all this sort of displacement, as you just mentioned. I started realizing all this sort of division. Then as time went on, it's when I started realizing how that division was created, where it came from, who created it. And, well, as you grow up is when you realize you get to the solution. Not the solution, but you get to know why, where the source is, where the source was, what created the conflict.